Hi, and welcome to this video from how to see multiple directories and manage multiple directories, similar directories at once using this file manager called OnCommander Pro that you can download here at oncommander.com for Windows, macOS, and Linux. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into what is called a cluster file system, and a cluster file system is like a view on multiple directories that are similar. So in this case, I'm using, I've generated the tutorial that generates some files. And in this case, I have two very similar directories. That's called cluster directory 1 with test1, test2 files, and the other one which only has test1 file. And now I have this cluster file system defined in a text file. So if I open it with a text editor, you see the text file contains a list of the directories of your cluster. So this could be useful if you're managing different servers which have very similar files in there. So just to open the file system, just double click on the cluster file, and I've arrived inside the cluster file, as you can see, and it lists like the merge of the different directories at once. So you see I have the test1 file that is listed here, and I have also the test2, but you can see that the test2 is more a bit gray out or transparent, as you may want to see, and that's because the test2 is only like on 50% of the directory, so it's like a half transparent in this case. And if I, for example, double click on the test1 file, then I will arrive in the cluster file system basically. So you see I'm in the cluster text1.txt, and here I can see the view that I have is on the different files. So here I can open it, and you'll see it's just like the normal file. Basically, it's a pointer to the real file on the file system. And here, so what you can see is indeed it's the same name, but here the size and the last modified date is taking the more recent file for this. So test2, as you can see, there's only one file in there. So what you can do is if you want to duplicate it to some other directories, so you can click on F9, and then if I search for cluster, it can do like copy to the missing cluster location. And now you see the file is no longer gray out, but you can see that now the file is in both directories. So let me go through the tutorial for the cluster file system. So this is what you have done. We've used the text file in this case to show that indeed it's just a list of directories. Then I opened the cluster file and see that the text2 was 50% transparent. Then I did the copy of the missing location. So what I can do if I do, for example, here if I just open test1, so basically having the clusters in test1, if I do hello test, for example, and I save the file, and notice that the text have changed in both files. So let's go in cluster directory 1, then you see it's called hello test, and the other one also contain hello test. So the second one is well, when I click here, you can see it's pointing to the correct files for both. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, put them in the comments below, and if you like this video, put a thumb up and share it with your colleagues, and see you on the next video. Bye.